getting into everything. Previously, the group of you have, after a fashion, successfully dispatched Commodore Lady C, the Devil's Buccaneers, watching her, well, not those of you who are next to her, but other people watching her get shocked to a crisp by the electrifying breath of Ithisi, the storm. The chromatic great worm that calls the southern seas her home, that had been held back by Quartermaster Rarch Sartif temporarily, that assailed both of your ships upon his death. The Shadow, presumably lost at sea. The Anne's Lament, likely similar. 3 of you went down to the exact same blast of lightning that claimed the life of the late Commodore, but were successful in daisy-chaining a series of healing and risky abandoned ship maneuvers, timing it carefully with Dunnan's fall and the holding of the teleportation spell. You escaped the seas to a very familiar location so as to not mishap the space in front of Aeolus's home. Argument could be said that Aeolus was an object at that point, as he had perished in the fight, and that's an object local to the space, so maybe there was no chance. The teleportation, illness, madness, cloying effects have gotten worse, noticeably. You were nearly all affected significantly badly. Dunnan was probably mostly okay, and Jaya seems relatively good, you think. But there was a cackling octopus of Siegfried, there was an apathetic Teng, there was a drunkard Hellerast, and a particularly more hijinks-prone Scythe than you're used to. Aeolus was dead. He was fine. A tenuous restoration ritual performed for Aeolus, upon which a natural 20 was rolled for the resurrection dice, bringing and inviting his soul to return to his mortal coil. That the work's not done yet. Aeolus feels changed in some manner. That's for him to explore himself. Bit by bit, over the next 2-ish days, the group has been one by one cured of their madness and afflictions that have proceeded. This seems to be a mounting problem at this point. The usage of far-range teleportation. And something that needs to likely be solved before relying on it too much. For the chance of teleporting into a dangerous situation and then be adversely affected is great. We're picking up about 2 days after the fight. With the exception of Jaya, who spent some time and is continuing to spend time in her portable library. All of you are cured. The day is yours. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go check in with Lieutenant Oloro. First chance I get.
Okay.
I think I am gonna see if I can. Well, we're low on money. Never mind. I need to get a weapon, preferably a quarterstaff or a club, because I realize I do not actually have a weapon, and I want to learn Shillelagh as one of my cantrips.
Ah. Okay. Yeah, I did not select your cantrips, so. Group
I already
can
have 2 of them, so.
the group of you do have items that could, in theory, be sold at this point.
Yeah.
So let's go with Allura first, and then group you can head to Kelpips. So Siegfried, you're reporting in, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just telling him basically what happened with the mission.
Allura is present at the keep at this point. You find him after he's been attending to a batch of wounded individuals that have come back from, presumably been sent back early from some of these null raids that Storm Surge is leading off in the Drukon Expanse. Sort of put out a strong front to try to discourage any additional null raids before the winter gets too bad. There's frost underfoot as you go, but you're able to find him easily enough. He's in the main hall.
Yeah, I would just make myself known until he is ready to talk, because I know sometimes they don't want to talk in the main hall. I'll be like, excuse me, Lieutenant, is this a good time to speak?
I have too many subfolders, Jesus Christ. It's like 4 subfolders to get to the handout for Allura, to be fair.
I mean, it's very helpful though, because I was able to remember his name because of the handout.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can speak. What is it?
Just giving report about the incident with Lady C. She's been taken care of, but at great cost.
I take it, great cost, meaning people die?
2 ships. Aeolus technically died, but we were able to bring him back. One of the ships had probably a few hundred slaves on it. The other, a very brave crew from what is the mining guild called?
Opulent Depths.
Opulent Depths, from the Opulent Depths company. Presumably missing. We did not confirm if they went down, but it was most likely.
I'll make, myself and Arvir charged now. Time being. He is on night. I make announcement to council.
Yes.
You say Aeolus.
When he came back, but
You say Aeolus not dead now. Yes.
He was dead, but not dead now.
Okay.
And he's not. And I say, just to be clear, he's not undead. He is fully back to life.
That's good clearness.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice to know. Let us make announcement to people. Tell your lieutenant that he needs to speak on the part. Maybe Council of Elders, maybe not like a lot of people. If he could come by today, I would go with him, but he need to make report to them. ODMC sent 3 crew, 2 mercenary, if I recall.
I believe so.
Mercenary, the money sent to family already. That's their job. but the crew family need to be informed. Probably Kelpip. You say Kelpip? No. Probably
Yes,
telling Boonecraft they friends. Boonecraft do that, but council needs to be aware. We'll hold pyre day after tomorrow for them. Not necessary you be present, but might go well with families. Not necessary though, if busy.
And,
Yes.
no, there was just one more matter I wanted to discuss about the battle. The southern seas are extremely dangerous to travel through. It has now.
Well, yes, always been that way. No one sends ships there.
But now it is the domain of a extremely large dragon.
Dragon, you say?
The one that calls itself e116. It has acquired an ancient artifact due to my failure and become even stronger. It was the reason we were able to kill Lady C, but also the reason the ships went down. There wasn't anything we could do against it, especially on the water.
So
I show him the Wayfarer staff. Apparently, Lady C's mage had used this to cast a quite powerful spell to hold it in place, but that was the only thing that seemingly was able to do anything about it.
his stick. Don't know what this does.
I explain it. That's the Wayfarer staff. It has the ability to cast one 9th level spell when a solstice or equinox passes, and that's what was used. The only thing that seemingly was able to stop a DC.
He's curious. Doesn't seem like staff do it. Maybe person. Did he live?
No, he is dead.
Do you have body? We could ask body.
Unfortunately, no. It went down with the ship.
Body would have been good.
Yes, he was, again, using magic that I was unfamiliar with, but maybe more your style.
Not me. Don't know how to keep dragon at bay. Best way to deal with dragon, poke it. Real sharp. Big
But
stick.
you're more skilled in arcane magic than I am.
Ah, a bit. Smattering.
Well, anyways, that's.
I'm only on this side of watch because I know smattering and good at it. Much better at poking things with sharp stick.
That's my report. Anything we need to be worried about right now in Elderthorn besides the Null raids?
No raids handled. Storm Surge on a real crack this year. Much more driven than last. Good. I think feels better that he has lieutenants he trusts a little bit more leave here behind. I think also some of your superiors' reports of ongoing dangers make him think better to put out strong show of force initially, keep dangers away from town. Yes?
Yes. Well, the Storm Surge asks, we're getting prepared to make a trek towards Karad, but unfortunately teleportation magic isn't working. It's too dangerous now, so...
We encountered some of that.
Yes. Any ideas on how to maybe resolve that issue?
Don't do? Use
Yes,
henge or horse.
True.
One of
But-
2 H's.
You don't know anyone anyone you might know who has better knowledge about teleportation magic? I was thinking maybe asking Kelpip, but you know he guards the secrets pretty well.
Don't think he does a lot of teleport. He does a lot of cells.
Yes. I was going to ask if the propagation of his store is affected by what's going on right now, but we'll go by him at some point. But I'll send Aeolus back here if there isn't anything else.
I have nothing else for you. Storm Surge left no instructions of jobs or missions for you and the Lieutenant, Aeolus. So you are clear. Dismissed. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Bye-bye.
Right.
Bye.
Yeah, I would go try and find Aeolus. I mean, this is what happens when you give spellcasters military ranks.
He's my favorite.
I actually have to level him up also. He just leveled up recently.
But yeah, Aeolus would be at his house. Currently freaking out. That shit. Because his tinctures aren't working.
Alright. Next up is Kelpips. Presumably happening when Siegfried's going there to report to alert. Who would be going to Kelpips? The rest of you?
I mean, I think I would grab Aeolus first before going over there.
Well, if Aeolus went to Kelpips, Aeolus
okay.
is not at his house when you finished.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm asking.
If he's not at his house, I would just head there.
Yeah, you knew where they were gonna
Yeah.
go. No problem. They'll come in part right, and then Siegfried. Tang, you're the leader of the said expedition.
Alright, I have decided that I need a weapon.
Easy
So,
enough to make your way to the familiar store front of the establishment. The familiar cleansing sensation as all of the dirt and grime and sand and whatever else might be kicked into your feathers, clothes, behind your ears, or wherever else it might be, dissipating and falling from your form as you touch the cleansing stone at the entrance before stepping into the perfumed, inscented, cozy interior of neat bar with catalog of cabinets and drawers on the one side, and the eclectic, overflowing, antiqued feeling shop on the opposite side of the store. Stepping within, Kelpip is currently speaking with another customer. He greets. I'll be with y'all in a few minutes, but take a moment. You see him rotate one of the rings on his finger for a brief second, and then he continues to converse with his current patron. Even you, Tang, with your passive, hear no sound coming from his mouth. Presume it's with your passives. There's no sense in rolling for it. You presume it's some type of privacy for him to be able to converse without people overhearing. A few minutes pass. The gentleman with whom he's speaking, sort of caramely colored skin, short hair that's been sort of swept back, and looks like may have gel or something within it. Finishes up, pays Kelpip with a handful of platinum pieces, which seems a bit queer for the environment, but sort of gives you each a nod as he passes by the three of you and then heads out. You see Kelpip rotate his ring once again. What can I do for y'all? My apologies. A busy morning, so to speak.
Glad business is good.
Business is always good. You spoke with me a few nights past regarding the unfortunate events. Zillin has notified the families of the crew, if that's what you're worried about. They're taken care of well by the company. But all three, what brings y'all in?
I'll just mention, by the way, Aeolus,
You're not there yet.
Oh, not yet. Okay.
Yeah, it's only been like 5 minutes.
I realized during this woefully narrow near-death experience that I need a weapon suitable for someone of my stature.
You mean small? Not an insult. I mean, you got a few inches on me, so.
I nod.
All right.
Preferably a club or a quarterstaff.
All right.
I have been trying to work on something for that tang.
She swivels her head. She doesn't turn her body. She just swivels her head fully around to look at you.
Aeolus will reach into his bag and pull out the drawn plans he has for a battle ladle. And then pulls the large kitchen ladle that he purchased from Earl. I was going to use this as a cast, try to get something created.
Tang starts to tear up. And you are gonna die and leave this unfinished?
I knew you guys would be able to bring me back. I could feel it.
You got thrown in the ocean. It's a good thing Siegfried can swim.
So that's what happened after I died. Okay.
Lady Sia apparently did not want a repeat of me getting back up again.
Ah.
Why didn't you tell me this before we came to Kelpeps?
Well, he would be able to provide something much quicker. I don't know how long the forging of this would take. I've been working on it for a while.
I know, that makes sense. Besides, we do have some things that we might be able to sell to Kelpep if you're so interested.
I mean, you want to start there? I'm always in the mood to buy something.
So, of the items in our party loot, what are we...
He just sort of cracks his knuckles for a moment, grabs, loops his fingers into a silver chain around his neck, and pulls up a sort of looks like a slightly thicker, like it's got a little bit more depth than you would expect for a monocle, but it's not quite, it's nowhere near the length of sort of a jeweler's loop, and fits it into one of his eyes. Oh, what do you got? Let's see.
I think we can probably sell Serpent's Fang. I don't think anyone really needs that anymore.
Yeah.
You produce.
Because I think Side was using that, but she has a new dagger now, right?
That was from Jaya, and Jaya cannot use it.
Jaya's old dagger, yeah.
Okay. So I think we can sell Serpent's Fang.
And it's not a dagger; it's a short sword. So Scythe doesn't want it because she can't throw it.
I mean, does anyone really need the Tempest Griffin bases anymore? Or, I mean, we've used it quite a bit, but no one's using it right now.
I haven't seen anyone use the Amulet of the Platinum Fang. Is that important storyline-wise?
Nope.
I mean, we've been keeping it because that's kind of like Aeolus's part of Aeolus's story, right? That's sort of part of his background. Okay, now
we can get rid of that. It was really fun to use.
Yeah.
But I don't like breathing fire.
Okay.
I thought you were ending the sentence after breathing, so.
To sell list right now is the Amulet and the Serpent's Fang.
Ah, so you produce both of them.
I feel like we're keeping the spell storing and free action rings.
Alright, so
really powerful.
Takes a glance at Serpent's Fang. I'll give you, I'll call it 600 silver for the Fang, and 9 for the amulet.
Yeah, Siegfried's not there, so you guys have to negotiate.
1 second. Sorry, the wind was causing one of the doors on the upstairs to continually open and close, so I had to anchor that. Am I going to be able to? I'm not super charismatic, but I can try. But I also know nothing about the cost of these things. So, what was the total?
6 and 9, 1,500 respectively. For the two of them.
I mean, I think that's perfectly okay.
That feels fair.
All
But
right.
also, we trust Kelpep at this point to give us a fair deal, so I don't think Tang would push back and negotiate.
Yeah.
All right. Aeolus, could you add 1,500 silver to the inventory?
How is the group feeling about this soul sword?
This
Hang
was the
on,
one
you
Lady C carried.
Yeah, I don't think it would be good for me. I feel like it might be good for Heli, but Heli already is pretty set up with Shade and
Shade and
Shine.
Shine are solid for Helly. I don't see her wanting to switch to.
And then, I mean, maybe Jaya, but Jaya also has a pretty good sword right now.
Jaya's got the
But
Mace of
with
the
the-
Void. She can't use anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah,
anybody be able to use the animated shield? Because Helly's looking at the Tempest Griffith bracers and knowing she used them way more than she uses the shield.
I mean, you got the shield because no one else was using it, so if you're not using it, we can just sell it. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would you want to
Yeah.
just sell it and get more money and get me back the Tempest Griffin bracers?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
totally fine.
All right.
Let's do that.
Animated shield, I'll give you an even 1,000 for. I think I can move this pretty easily. So add another 1,000.
And I guess maybe just get rid of the soul sword because I mean it's one of the few evidence we have that we assassinated Lady C. It might not be good to keep carrying that around.
That is why Aeolus wants to hold on to it.
Okay, I mean, yeah, we'll hold on to it for now as a trophy.
No, I feel like that gave us some.
Walking around money.
Yeah. I'm curious if he'll buy one of the iron bind powders that I made.
Give me the description for that.
I gotta go grab my herbalism book. I think it's in my other room. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, because I have lots of uses of that in my inventory.
You want to hit dice?
No, the iron pine powder. But I would use the soul sword, but I'm trying to lean more heavily into Fergusive being my primary.
That makes sense. I feel like we can still hold on to some magic items because it's always useful to have some to sell wherever we go, you know.
Iron bind powder is a wondrous item, rare. When blown through the keyhole of a lock or other intricate iron mechanism, the DC to open the lock or use the mechanism is reduced by 5. It can also be used to loosen or damage any items made of iron, such as nails and horseshoes. Any item damaged in this way takes 2d10 acid damage. One bag of powder has 5 uses.
Yeah, I'll buy it for 200.
Okay. I'll sell that, because I've got 2 more poppy seeds, or 4 more fern seeds, so I can just make more.
So mark off 1, add 200. It's
So
15 plus 12 so far, so you're at 2,700.
Okay, and
total.
For the iron powder, how much damage was that?
2d10 acid.
2d10 acid. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Heli, you're going to retune to the Tempest Griffin bracers, you said, right?
Yes, that's correct.
I've moved them back into your folder then.
Thank
And
you.
I believe we're keeping the rings, the true seeing gem, and Lady
And
Sea sword.
Siegfried, you dropped the attunement to the Gem of Seeing and are attuning to
Yeah.
the Staff of the Wayfarer, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Okay. Are you guys interested in selling the Gem of Seeing then?
I kind of want to keep it in case True Sight comes in useful later on.
Okay. Scythe has... Let me check her attunements. She has one... Scythe presently has 2 attunements.
Maybe give her the ring of free action for now, if no one's using it. I mean, we'll wait, because that's kind of... I know Dunnan shaded that out just for that battle, so we'll see if he wants to take that back.
Dunnan...
Because
Dunnan's attuned up.
Yeah, but he switched out a weapon specifically for that battle, the... What is it? Oh no, never mind. That was a spell. Yeah, I say maybe give the ring of free action to
Alright, it's in Scythes. Alright.
Yeah.
Aeolus, are you the person holding the soul sword but not attuning to it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna move it into your folder. But I'm gonna put it at the bottom because you're not presently attuned. Just in the interest of cleaning up the list at the top.
Right.
Ring of Spellstoring, I believe the group of you just bought.
So just no one's attuned to it, right? I mean, Jaya, I think, was holding on to it. Like, Tang put spells into it, right? And then Jaya was carrying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tang, you are presently attuned to 2 things, correct?
I technically have 3, but one of them's a consumable item.
The pipeweed.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I would just unattune to that and attune to whatever weapon, and then whenever I feel like the pipeweed is something that I need to do, I will go back to using it. Or if I light it for the first time, I can cast Raise Dead on for
There
free.
aren't any feats in 5e that lets you attune more stuff, right? It's always 3.
No, it's just Artificer Capstone,
Unless,
I believe.
Yeah, unless you're Artificer. Yeah.
I believe that is the only thing that lets it expand past 3. There's
Yeah.
some items that, like, count double. Or the 2 of them count as one, things like Shade and Shine, where it's technically 2 weapons, but they count as a single attunement slot because they are made in pair.
Yeah, that actually makes them really cool.
And I know Critical Role's content has like a Critical Role exclusive attunement feat that hands you an extra one. But that's it.
In Pathfinder, you have 10 slots, so it never really comes up, but there's a feat.
What the shit?
It lets you get more.
Yeah, but it's probably 10 magic item slots total, right?
Yeah, but not all magic items need to be...
Need to eat a slot.
Yeah, need to eat that slot, like, only certain ones. Like, lots of armors and weapons, but, like, consumables, not so much. That's why I was asking. I was wondering if there's a equivalent to that in 5e.
Gotcha.
I think we're all set with the items, though, I believe.
All set for selling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
I just feel like since we're on an investigation, the Gem of Seeing might come in useful at some point.
Does Kelpip have any, like, clubs or quarterstaffs that I could buy and use in the meantime while my ladle is being fabricated?
I think I have a couple. How strong are you? Do you want something like big and heavy, or something just sort of manipulate around, I should say?
I look at my bird arms, and then I look back at him.
So, like, super strong, right?
Well, if I had to grade my strength on a scale of 0 to 20, I'd be like an 8.
Alright, let's see. Alright. I think I got something that might be of interest to you. Are you planning to infuse whatever it is with like a spell or anything like that, or are you just looking for something to smack somebody with if they're being uppity? He glances at Aeolus.
I'd, in combat situations, be using the spell Shillelagh.
All right. Jeez, my roll 20 is going real slow. I'm sorry.
You're okay. Great. I'm the one that surprised you with, hey, I need things.
Alright, so I have something, it's called a Stormstruck Staff. I guess it's singular, so. Now, the way that this functions is, you can, use it as a normal quarterstaff, bonk people in the head as you deem necessary, in and out of confrontational situations. He presses part of the bar top, and almost seamlessly, a length about 4 feet drops into the bar top, and he slides it sort of into this hidden compartment, and reaches his hand and pulls out this staff, which looks like it's been plucked off of a tree almost. It doesn't seem finished, and it's sort of scarred and by this coursing lightning strike. And there is a very small crystal that's not wider than the head of the staff itself, that's sort of been embedded into the end of the staff, such that it doesn't actually look like it adds any girth to the head of it, but there it is. This will give you a little bit of an extra oomph when you're smacking people, but if you're choosing to infuse it with something, that extra oomph gets a lot more oomphy, so to speak. Here.
That sounds perfect.
Does not require attunement.
Nice. How much is it?
This is about 1,200. Not
I
too
look
bad.
at the party.
Yeah, that works. Aeolus is already handing him all the coin back.
Oh yeah.
Tang fluffs her feathers happily.
Alright. I'll make a duplicate of that and put it in your journal. Now, anytime you take lightning damage, I believe, where's Tang's journal? There it is. Anytime you take lightning damage, or the staff is under the effects of Shillelagh, the gem glows, and the bonus lightning damage increases from 1 to 1d6.
Yay!
Oh my god, she's Gandalf.
I'm the right color for it.
Alright.
Gandalf the White.
All players, there we go. It is in your journal.
Thank you.
Alright. Where's your drunkard friend? Siegfried, you're here at this. You've arrived by this point.
Yeah, I'm just, I'll wait silently by the door until they're done with their negotiations.
I had some work I wanted to do on Dunnan's armor, if he's of the persuasion. Got a blueprint that I came across that I think is right up his alleyway. But I need to borrow his armor and his booze hound backpack for a couple days.
Yeah.
I think he'll be fine with that.
We will retrieve him and send him right over.
Alright. Please do. I think he's gonna be happy with it, but I just want to make sure before I start tearing his shit apart. Anything else in which I can interest you at the moment? I'm sorry, I'm fresh out of most of my consumables. A lot of them been bought up, and I think Toadtooth is doing a bit of a roaring business with the traffic through the henge. People picking up potions here and there that come through.
Oh.
Well, I don't want to step on her toes. We've been friends for a while.
We may finally need to give her a visit. I have no questions about items, Kelp. I was wondering if you might be able to lend me your mind for a little bit. Or I'm inquiring about pet branches of magic that I'm not familiar with, but I think you might be.
What be they?
Teleportation magic?
I know smattering.
Then I'm sure you've been appraised of what's going on with teleportation magic. Then it's becoming more and more difficult.
I've heard secondhand. Can't say I've been adversely affected myself. My understanding is the best way to quickly make sure you're not affected by some of the things is to ward yourself appropriately prior to the engagement in said activity.
How would one ward themselves appropriately?
Something that prevents you from being charmed, cursed, or the like.
I see.
I myself am relatively immune to such beguilements of the mind, as one ought to be in this line of work. Every now and then I get some uppity youngster thinking that they can pull the wool over my eyes in an arcane manner, and woe be to them.
Understood. So we should, next time if we try to teleport, we should try and at least bolster our resistances. That makes sense.
If you can ward yourselves against charmed and mind-affecting enchantments and glamours, from my understanding so far, that seems to be significantly effective. Unfortunately, we had a few members of the Watch that were not so reasonably inclined, but I think they're all better now. One of them was barking like a dog for hours on end. It was quite peculiar.
So there's a way to mitigate it, but
as far as I know, it's fully such a ward solves the issue.
Yes, but not the problem.
No, it doesn't solve the problem. The problem seems to be getting worse if you cannot adequately ward yourself. I would recommend not trying to engage in teleportation out of line of sight if you cannot accurately ward yourself prior. So there's a degree of preparation. I mean, if you're in the middle of, as the group of you said, fighting against Ethisi, you gamble with the madness as opposed to gambling with a dragon in the storm, from what I was told. Ideally, you ward yourselves, though.
Understood. And say we wanted to take it upon ourselves to permanently fix this problem, where do you think we would start? I have no idea.
Spells of some manner.
We said veils?
Spells of some manner.
Yeah.
Something that prevents you from being charmed or dominated in any type of way.
Not just for us though, but for everyone. There's no way to make a safe zone or.
I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest with you. The common person's not teleporting and jumping around the continent. Y'all
Common
are
person as in members of the Watch, I guess, but I agree.
not even them. Look, y'all are capable of a good number of things most people aren't, even some of the lieutenants of the Watch. Y'all understand that. Very few members of Blackburn are capable of such transpositions.
So it's not as big as a problem as I thought. Okay.
I mean, it's a problem for those capable, but those capable are a small select few.
I just have a feeling that what's ever happening in that dimension won't stay contained in that dimension for long. If it's that strong, you know?
That's why we're here.
Alright. Well, thanks for the info, Kelpip. That was actually very helpful.
Am I ever not?
Never.
Good answer.
Uh,
Ah! Master Dunnan. Just who I wanted to see.
I was saying, Aeolus, you gotta report to the lieutenants. They need you to make a statement to the council.
Why is that, Kelpip?
I came across a blueprint I'm interested in experimenting with. I think it'll be just right for you, but I need your armor and I need the backpack that your friends purchased for you last time that came through.
Ah, you mean the Busan backpack?
That, yes.
Oh, can you... don't tell me you're making an armor that makes me drunk.
I mean, I feel like the drunkenness side of it would be a welcome, but opt in as opposed to just put it on and are drunk. That doesn't seem great. Seems antithetical.
Yeah.
But
Probably a responsible thing to do.
But I think I have a way to work a little bit of my charm and put some stuff together for you. And if I recall correctly, your armor was damaged previously.
Yeah, a little bit. Tang here fixed it for me with a spell.
Alright, that's good.
I can give it, yeah.
From the last time, I believe the enchantment itself was damaged. Because you had acquired this several months before.
Yeah, in some cave where the hex were, yeah. I think
Yeah,
it was
and
a tomb,
it had
something?
eroded somewhat. The glamour itself. I think I can work something together. If you don't mind leaving them with me for a few days, I think I might be able to put something.
Algrand, are we staying for a few days?
I mean, we
I think
can.
so. Yes, Aeolus has to make a statement before the council, so who knows
Oh.
when that'll happen.
Alright, and I'll... Sure thing, and I'll say sober, and the armor comes off. And I'll hand it over to Kelpip, and then the Busan backpack.
Alright.
Here you go. Remember, the word is sober to put it on.
Sober to put it on, you take it off.
Both.
Oh, alright, that makes it easy. Alright,
Yes.
wonderful. Alright, then let me get to work on this. Dang. I would say don't hit everyone with it, but I feel like you're probably going to anyway, so I'll just leave it at that.
One more thing, Kelpip.
Yes.
You wouldn't happen to have any magical paint, like paint that wouldn't wash off in the weather?
Paint that doesn't
Something-
wash off.
That's something I could use to leave a message that lasts.
Oh. There's a spell for that. I'm blanking on the name of the spell myself. Wait a minute. I bet I know where I can find it. Nope, not there. Illusory script. That's the one. He reaches over and grabs a scroll of that. This is good. Probably your best bet. I believe it's a level 1 spell.
I don't think I can. Is it a primal one? I don't think I can cast it. I don't think any of us can cast it. It's Bard, Warlock, and Wizard.
Or Warlock and Wizard. Jaya could.
Yeah.
But yeah. For this 100 silver,
Yeah.
more than welcome to it. At least someone in your group would be able to partake.
Sure. If the group's all right with that, I will spend 100 silver on that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty.
And I'll just, since Jaya's not here, I'll just say, Jaya, help me cast it when I need to.
Yep. Just make a note that you have a scroll of illusory script to give to Jaya in the future.
Yeah.
For when she is back. All right. Group, you depart. Done in armor and backpack lists for the time being. Rest of the day is yours.
I'll tell AOS you should head to the keep. I already made my report, but Tang, I actually might need your help with something. Do you mind helping me test a spell out? I may need healing afterwards. Not sure.
Oh, they grow up so fast.
Is Dia here or maybe AFK? We'll see if Tang joins me, but I want to. I'll go into owl form and I want to try and find the biggest tree that's closest to Elderthorn. A large or bigger tree. Whether that's an Elderthorn or the Pinwood or somewhere nearby. Probably not the Pinwood, I'm afraid to do it in the Pinwood.
I am here. My computer froze, so I'm rebooting it.
Oh, no worries.
Did you just swap to phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if Teng wants to follow, I'll just say I may need some healing after this. I'm not sure. Hopefully I won't.
Okay.
Are we able to find a large tree near Elderthorn?
Make me a nature check. Or history, your choice. Nature to find, history to remember, but 6 of 1.
Nature is definitely better. I'm gonna luck point on this too, so we can do it at advantage. There we go.
Alright. 19. Easy enough. It's about 20 minutes walk outside of town proper. You recall from way back on your way to investigate the poisonings of the groundwater.
Yep.
There was a particularly massive maple tree. Pardon me, chestnut tree. That was on the corner of those 2 roads that went along a few different farms where you had the group of you got ambushed, that you remember would be appropriately sized for what I believe you're about to do.
And based on my knowledge of Elderthorn, this tree isn't like scheduled to be cut down or in like a lumber area, is it? It's just on a road.
It's at the corner of the property of this one farm. You doubt it would be. It's most like you usually see signposts are hung along it, or notice boards and stuff like that, so you doubt it would be. It doesn't seem like it's sick or ill, that it would be falling anytime soon. It's about 7 feet in diameter.
Yep.
It's a gargantuan tree.
Yeah.
By most
like
scales.
his mood gets better knowing that there's a tree this old nearby. He's gonna spend some time memorizing it. Like he might sketch it in his book, may like make a little mark on like a part of its roots, so like that's specific to Siegfried, and then just spend as much time as he can committing this tree to memory, like the shape of its leaves, the branches, its orientation in the sky, also marking it on the map with his cartography tools, and then he'll turn to Tang. You may need to restore me after this. Hopefully, the teleportation stuff doesn't affect this. He's gonna walk. He's gonna walk till he's out of sight of that tree.
Okay.
Not till so he doesn't have line of sight to the tree. Maybe even just turn around, and then he is going to try and cast transport via plants.
You need another tree.
Oh yeah, I'll find another tree, and then try and transport back to that one.
Okay. So Tang's waiting here at this tree, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Tang's, I'll make another nature check. I'll use another luck point.
Please do. Yes.
I forgot it was the other tree.
All right. Easy enough. It takes about a 40-minute walk. This time. So Tang's just hanging there for a bit. If you have something you'd like to do over the course of an hour, Tang, you're more than welcome to do so. We'll call it, give or take. But you find a smaller one that's just broader than your shoulders, which is still saying something. But you successfully find something that approximates the correct size to be able to do so.
Yeah, I'll activate the spell and try to go back to the tree where Tang is at.
Fantastic. Stepping through, it feels very much like walking through a henge, where there is a gentle squeeze and you're taking more steps than you feel like you need to traverse the intervening distance into this greenish blue tunnel. It's like this seafoam green energy that sort of wraps and coils around you, lays upon you like this cloaked veil for a brief moment, almost smothering if it weren't for the fact that you seem to be able to breathe through it without any issue. Feel this layer that's just sort of wrapped around you for a moment. A few seconds later, you successfully pass through to the gargantuan chestnut tree that you had previously found. Everything feels fine.
Nice. Looks like I don't need your tongue. Thank you. I think we have a way to get back to Elderthorn in a pinch. There are trees around.
While I was waiting for Siegfried, I was looking around to see if I could find any ingredients for normal potion making.
Certainly. Make me a survival check, please. Did you make it?
Yep.
Oh, now it's coming down. Yeah, 22. Roll 20 is not acting nicely to me today. All right.
It has not been acting right all weekend.
Really?
On my end, at least.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Nope. No. Doop. That's not it. There it is. You are able to find foxglove and snapdragon and verbena. About 3 or 4 plants of each.
I'll when I come back to, I say
Yeah, I gotta put it in chat for you.
yeah, I say I think too we'll be able to use this spell to get to Hollow pretty often if you ever need to. It's a pretty huge tree there.
I give you your usage count, so to speak, afterwards, respectively. I'd like you to make me an Arcana check, Siegfried.
Okay.
With advantage.
No.
Never mind.
Let me see if this is a wheel or woe day. I don't think it'll make a difference, but it's a wheel day, so 1d6. So that's
15.
15.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You have a suspicion. Your source of magic is not the same as Jaya's. It is not the same as some sources of magical items. Your suspicion, good hunch, call it 85% chance, is that the hinges, based on your interpretation of perception as using this spell, and this spell operate on a similar axis of magic that is antithetical to the helm which Dunnan bears, and as such is not subject to the same rules as arcane teleportation.
So whatever's happening seems to be dealing with the arcane branch of magic, not the primal branch, specifically.
Correct.
Okay, so it's like arcane magic has been infected by something. Okay, kind of. All right, I think we're just furiously writing down in his notebook. I think he's like, Teng, if you ever want to make a trip back to Hollow, this would be a good way to do it. There are a lot of big trees there.
That is wonderful. So we can go through the meeting tree.
Anyways, thank you. Sorry for wasting your time.
It's okay. It wasn't a waste. And I hold up my plants.
There's like an awkward silence with Siegfried's not sure what to say to Teng to dismiss her because he's not sure he can even dismiss Teng. He's like, I'm going to practice my flying for a bit. I'll see you back in town.
Okay. Be safe.
Yeah, Siegfried's gonna spend some time flying and thinking about what he just discovered.
The rest of the day is still yours, so it's your guys' show. What do you want to do?
I will begrudgingly head to Blackburn so that I can issue a report and check in with Arvir, and I always fuck up saying his name. Aloro. It's all the O's.
Loro, yeah. Alright. Arvir is presently sleeping. He's working the evenings. But Alora is present. Ah, Mr. New Lieutenant. How you doing?
I'm alive.
I hear you died. Don't go spreading that about. People will think I can do things for them. I don't do.
I was informed that I need to give a report to the council.
Yes, let's go.
Oh, right now, okay.
He sort of wipes his hands off. You see they're sort of stained red. Looks like he's been dealing with injured people most of the day. Alright, yes, go. Let's go find the couple, wherever they be.
Right then. So, being a new lieutenant, what exactly should I say in the report and not say?
I mean, tell them what happened, probably. Don't tell them about your death, because they'll be like, why did you save him and not the other people that come back? You know, not a good thing to say, probably. Mention gallantry of the crew who died. This is not as much about the pirate lady, but more on the loss of citizenry. Yes.
Yes.
That they will handle arrangements for funeral pyres. We will set the float as custom. Since their gallantry, presumably lost at sea, they are where they should be. So it's not too bad, like in sense of like as opposed to fighting forest fire or something where we need to recover remains. They should be in the sea if they died gallantly. So all's good there. But concept, be honest, straightforward, other than the death thingy. And that's about it. They need to have your words, so to speak, so they can make proclamations for citizenry at pyres and say few words. Don't think you'll be asked to. You're not. I see your speak when Siegfried confirmed. You're not good public speak, so you'd probably not be asked to say words.
Well, that's relief.
Yep. If you want to be captain someday, get better at it. Other than that, you okay. Not necessarily part of job.
Nope. I'm just
Alright.
here to swing at things and things to swing at me.
Follow me. He leads you out of Blackburn Keep, across Cathedral Square, into the Temple of the Faithful. Sidar! Sidar! Where are you here? The Tabaxi individual who sells the incense and small offerings for Kami present here, sort of slinks up to the group. Two of you. Yes. Why are you so loud, Aloro? I learned from Captain. It's a bad thing to learn. What, pray tell, is the meaning for this disruption today?
I am here to give a report on those lost on Anne's men during the mission.
I believe Mother Ichthic is around here. The two of us should suffice. He pads away for a brief moment and looks into one of the alcoves here. Ichthic, the new lieutenant is here regarding the loss of Anne's Lament. The recent operation. Hobbling out, you find the familiar, quite old, dragonborn woman. Hand out for Sidar. There we go. Yes. Proceed, Lieutenant.
Well, as we ventured to our designated spot to anchor, Captain Grambleluck and those on board the Anne's Lament were very steadfast in the mission that they were given. We were happened upon a ship named the Shadow rather quickly, and the Anne's Lament came upon heavy fire as battle ensued. The captain and those on board the Ambient held their own for as long as we were able to, until the great worm Athesi entered the fray. And Lament was attacked, as well as the Shadow, with numerous ferocious breath weapons, and the crew has been lost to all of our knowledge at sea. It seems as if the mission went successfully. Lady C and her crew were dealt with. Sadly, we had losses on our side too.
She sort of grips her staff and just sort of rests both of her hands on it for a moment. It's good to know that they performed admirably. In their final moments, do you recall if any of them broke rank or showed fear in the face of oblivion?
They did not.
I'd like you to make me a deception check, because you weren't around at that
no.
point.
I'll
I'll say you have advantage here. You have circumstantial advantage, but
Charisma. Oh, thank God.
I'm glad to hear. Sidar, yes, it is. We'll relay your commendations regarding their service to our Talthar, to their families as well, and if you will be present, your silent participation would be welcome in the pyres for them. Sort of looks at Allura.
My silence participation.
Thank you. You look younger.
Oh, yeah, I just have a wonderful skincare.
You must share that with me next time we have the chance to chat. If you'll excuse me, I have a few more offerings to complete. Anything else of which I should be informed that I'm needed? She glances at Sidar and then at you and Allura. No? Alright. Goodbye. So she just sort of hobbles away. Not very keen on any extended formalities at this point. Sidar glances at the two of you and then makes his exit as well. That's good enough. She's rough around the edges. but businessy. I like her. I don't need you nothing else.
Alrighty. Thank you. Let us know if there's anything the watch needs. We'll be here for a few days.
I would presume so, with Pyron not tomorrow, day after. Dusk. Usually dusk-ish. Dusk-ish. I mean, the whole town will be abuzz, I'm sure. See you in a couple days. Don't think Storm Surge back for another 10 days or so. Roughly. TBD. Seems like they got some luck and are pursuing.
That's wonderful to hear. And Aeolus will turn around and abruptly make his leave.
Okay.
If it's okay, I would like to stop at the Amber Braids to inquire about Tang's battle ladle to see if they could lead me in the right direction.
Easily enough done. I believe you had specified a club, correct?
Yes, and Aeolus will produce the troll femur. And we'll ask, is there any way that this can be used in the construction? Maybe for a handle?
I mean, we could grind it down, maybe wrap the grip in, like, bone instead of wood. It's not gonna look like a femur anymore, if that's okay.
That's perfectly fine.
Alright, I mean, we'll have to fortify it. Bones tend to rot and get brittle over time, not like not good wood or nothing like that. But we could put something together.
Alright, just let me know the price. And I will...
So far, you're looking at about 100 silver, custom piece and all. But we're working on it. Don't you worry.
Thank you.
Alright, see you in a couple days or so.
Understood. And Aeolus will head back to his house.
What else would anyone like to do?
We'll go see how Gagron is doing and then see if she can find Izzy. But she's just kind of wandering aimlessly and kind of trying to get her head together. And then she'll end up at the Faded Gate.
Easily enough done. You could spend the day with Izzy if you so choose. Having a good time and the jolliness after you've spent so much silver on ale from the Faded Gate.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Yeah, go ahead.
Siegfried might be waiting for Aeolus when he comes back. Just say, how did the briefing go?
It went, still not better at speaking. So that hasn't changed.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how eloquent Storm Surge is, yet simultaneously so loud.
Him
It's almost poetic.
Him
It's
and
almost,
Oro.
yeah.
Like, is it just like a thing that, like, they're just naturally charismatic?
I don't know, Arvir was never that charismatic.
Well, I meshed with Arvir the best.
Yeah.
So it explains a lot.
I wanted to talk to you because I think I accidentally might have discovered something. But
Oh,
can I ask you, when you use Vergasive, what type of magic is it? Is it arcane or is it something else? Is it like Jaya's magic? Or can you tell?
that is actually a really good question. I think Vergasive may be tied to the Kami.
That makes a lot of sense. So I figured out a new spell to teleport. However, it's much more limited than done itself. It involves the use of trees, and particularly you need large trees enough to allow a humanoid to pass through them. Easier for Jaya, harder for me and Heli. Easier for Scythe, harder for me and Heli. But
That's amazing.
yes, and I was able to successfully teleport through these trees using my primal magic, and it seemed to be fine. It was like going through a henge, but without the bad stuff. Like, I didn't feel exhausted. There wasn't a feeling that someone was trying to like pull me into a weird metaphysical abyss. But I think because my spell is primal magic, I think for some reason that's more copacetic with whatever plane we were traveling through then during the period of teleportation, which then makes me question why are the other methods not copacetic, and like why the henge makes us exhausted, or why the helm puts us at risk for enchantment and coercion. And the only conclusion I'm at so far is that the helm uses arcane magic, and you're sort of using arcane magic to impose your will over the primal. Does that make sense, Aeolus?
I could not have said it better myself.
So that brings me to the bode milestones and the henges, and it makes me think that the bode milestones might be a method by which a powerful user of magic may be able to impose arcane control over the primal. It would make sense why the Kami would hate it. And if Vergasive is powered by the Kami, it makes sense why it's effective against it, right?
It would.
That's about as far as I've gotten. I just wanted to see if you had any thoughts.
It makes perfect sense that if your magic is tied to the natural world, why, if Evilcast and Greklork are the ones that have a hold upon the negative ethereal in some way, why a crafted magic item meant to move great distances wouldn't rely on the same tie as your spell does. And it could explain why the Kami shut down all the henges in the first place.
I mean, if the Kami consider that plane of primal energy their own, this would be a matter of trespassing, basically. Making roads through their lands that they did not approve of. That would be a big crime in the Tautha, right?
It would. Here, I have something to show you. Until we understand it better, don't let the group know. And Aeolus will take his tinctures out and will drink both of them. And I imagine what happens is Siegfried sees Aeolus's veins turn black temporarily, and instead of empowering him, it makes him sick until he has to eject the mutagens.
That's awful, Aeolus. Are you alright?
Something happened when you guys brought me back.
You
But
were
it's
dead.
not all that bad. And I'll hook down to Ferguson. I feel
That's something.
stronger.
You feel stronger, but you have less access to magic now. Is that a good
Not-
assumption?
Not quite. And Aeolus will turn away from Elder Thorn towards the Pinwood, and he'll swing Vergisiv a few times, and Siegfried sees just slashes of air throw forward. So it seems as if I had lost the ability to empower myself, but in turn also earned my own power, or power from the primal.
My mother would have said that you've been chosen by the kami. It's kind of
Well,
kind of like what happened to Dunnan, right?
Yeah, but that makes me worried, because why?
There's only one reason I can think of. They're getting desperate.
Well, that makes me feel so much better.
The kami wouldn't. The kami work on secrecy, hiding, cryptic messages, things that may or may not be there, for them to directly come and interact with your soul as it was between death and life. That's unprecedented by them as far as I'm aware. Whatever, if it is the kami, whatever made them do that must have been a great force. Or of great desperation.
Well, I think they put their faith in the wrong person, but we're gonna see. I have enough faith in our family.
Perhaps that's why they made you stronger.
Ah, yes, so I don't die as easily and be worthless, as Shia pointed out to me numerous times.
That's just... And to be fair, you weren't entirely useless. When Lady C threw your body into the water, it did buy us some time, because she wasted an action to do it.
Oh, that makes me feel so much better.
But that's all I had to say. I haven't discussed any... figured anything out beyond that. I figured maybe we can talk to Madame Toadtooth, but who knows if we're heading that way. You should probably talk to Teng about this issue. I don't feel comfortable lying to her. That
Well,
Siegfried
well-
is getting ready to go.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be lying, but yes,
A lie of omission is still a lie, Aeolus.
I don't know what you're talking about. So we should go see Toadtooth. Totally. Yes.
You should tell Teng. And, you know where to find me. I'm gonna be
I
thinking.
think I should tell everyone.
Probably. You know what? But, yes, I'm gonna go back to the keep. I think I have an office now somewhere that I need to find. I've never actually checked it out. Did you have an office, Aeolus? Do they give?
You do not have an office, Siegfried.
No, only lieutenants have offices. Okay, I'll go back to my bunk.
I mean, You can spend the night here. I don't sleep here most nights.
Sure. I'll go find a place to sleep in Aeolus's house.
He's left on. The course of the day passes by comfortably in your own individual fashions. Group, you complete a long rest. Tang, I believe this day you did not have any more curatives for the madness that everyone was afflicted by.
Correct. I used what I have, unless I want to grind up more.
Okay. But tomorrow you could cure Jaya as well, correct?
Oh, I have Dispel Evil and Good I can cast.
Okay. So, are you doing that to Jaya?
Yes. I'm assuming she also got cursed, because everybody else got cursed.
I will make note of that for her. At the end of the day, you all complete your long rest, moving into the next day. Does anyone have anything they wish to start the day with?
I'm going to prep potions!
Certainly. Which potions would you like to prepare? You can get back to me on that if you want. You don't need to.
I'm gonna get back to you on that. I gotta look at what I have access to.
That's fine. Yep. All right. Midway through the day, Dunnan, a runner is set for you.
Looking for me?
Yeah. Make me a perception check. I just saw your message.
Okay.
Does not sneak up and startle you as you are doing that, but it's this younger boy. There's a little bit of a point to his ears. Looks like maybe a half elf. Excuse me, sir. You're Mr. Dunnan, right?
Yeah, you can call me Master Dunnan.
All right,
Like
Master.
Us.
Master. Well, that's who sent me.
Wait,
He said he's got a thing for you.
more stuff.
I think it's the.
Right.
I don't know. He sort of holds out his hand.
Yeah. Here you go, and I'll give him 2 silver.
Thank you, sir.
Don't
Sprints
spend
off.
it all on alcohol.
I don't have change for you.
I'll go to Kelpips then.
At your entry, just who I wanted to see. I stayed up all night. I wanted you to get some chance to play around with it a little bit.
Ooh, it's already finished. It's had a few days.
I got in a mood.
Oh.
All right. First things first. Apologize in advance. Your soberness, sober, was not able. I wasn't able to preserve that degree of the enchantment. But I did improve the other half of it such that nothing is shoving you nowhere unless you want it to.
Oh. That is great.
Secondly,
But-
no
no more quick change. That's what you're meaning, right?
yeah, unfortunately, I'm sorry. But I think you'll like some of the options we've got incorporated here. Now, the backpack that you had this sort of side thing of being able to push and shove, and it seemed like something you're more than capable of doing on your own already. So I took the inspiration of a little bit of intoxication and twisted some things around, and I think we came up with something. Now, firstly, while wearing this, you believe you are already, but friendlies around you, anyone whom you so designate, mind you, are going to be innately resistant to anything that might be dealing poison damage and hurting you with poison, or causing you to become poison in some type of way. Built-in resistance.
Right.
Within about a 10-foot bubble around you. Now, secondly, you got a couple uses here as well. I like the booze hound concept of like this flowing liquor that you could utilize in a variety of ways, and I went with that. You can use some of the charge, recuperate some of the charges every day. You can use some of the charges to drink a draft of the finest. Specifically, I bought this from Emile, so maybe thank her at some point, because she was not cheap on letting me buy some that I needed to sample. Quite a few sampling. But the finest mushroom and arsenic dwarven ale. Tough to come by. Nicely barrel aged. You get to drink a draft of that as a minor thing that you could do, and regain some of your fortitude and health. Easy peasy, right? Secondly,
get drunk and be more healthy. Is that
yes.
what you're saying?
Ooh, I don't think it's gonna get you drunk, but I think it'll get you where you need to be. Now, secondly, the other thing that you're able to do is whenever you strike someone, you can take that essence of that powerful dwarven ale and distill it further and potentially poison the person against whom you are striking. And if they fail to rid themselves of this condition for after a few moments, you can knock them out.
Unconscious.
Yeah. They'll be so drunk they'll just pass out.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Does it work on friendlies too?
In theory.
Ooh, that's gonna be a party. And he then interrupts his hands.
Here is the plate armor of the Booze Hound.
That's so dope.
Damn.
Oh, that's so perfect.
It has 9 charges, regains 1d6 plus 3 daily at dawn. As a bonus action, you can drink a draft of the ale. You regain 2d10 plus your level hit points. Whenever you hit a creature with a melee attack, if you have a free hand to activate, you can expend a charge, no action required, to infuse your strike with the essence of intoxication. It is a DC 20 Constitution saving throw where they become poisoned, repeating the save at the end of each of their turns. If they fail 3 successive saves against this effect, they fall unconscious, as if by the sleep spell, until they take damage or another creature uses an action to wake them.
Look like a walking brewery.
You are now a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A beer tank.
You're saying, yeah.
Alright. I had the blueprints. I wanted to sort of play around with your stuff. I used your items. They're destroyed. My condolences, but no charge for this. I wanted to try to see if I could get these enchantments to stick right. Maybe a small favor in the future wouldn't go amiss if you could, if I could put you in the books for that. But other than that, please enjoy.
Of course, you always know that we are good for some jobs. Always on the lookout. It's one of very fine craftsmanship, Ghelfi. I can't thank you enough for that. And can you help me put it on? I wanna try it out.
Certainly. He spends about 7 minutes, I believe. I believe dawn time for plate armor is 15. So he spends some minutes helping you. We'll say the full 15 to get all the straps and everything set appropriately for your proportions.
And where exactly does the ale come out?
Oh, they put on the helmet.
Oh, alright.
There's a little nozzle there.
Oh no. Does it go directly inside? Oh, that's great. That is, and he's gonna, I don't know, explain 5 charges.
I don't want to see you pass it out drunk in the street somewhere and just see a pile of armor. Because I know you're drinking inside of it.
Oh yeah, that is awesome.
Alright.
Sweet. So I'm gonna unattune the Griffin bracers and...
You've been unattuned from it. I think Helly took him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ellie sold the shield and took back the bracers.
I see. Okay.
On that note, actually, as well, Dunnan, at present, to use the secondary function of the plate armor, you need a free hand. Kelpip has the animated shield that Hellerast just sold, which would allow you to still have a shield and have the free hand for the secondary option of the armor, if you want to purchase that.
Yep, but I believe it is also attunement.
It is, yeah.
No, I really like my champion shield. I really do.
Okay.
Is there a way around it with, I don't know, Warcaster or so?
I'll have to think on that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe for the future then.
Yeah. I'll have to think on it. Maybe we can make the adjustment of it costing your reaction to do the bonus poison or something like that. We'll see. Play around with it. Or we could use it as like an alternative to smite, like when you hit a creature as a bonus action, or something like that, as opposed to free.
Yeah.
We'll workshop it some. Anyone else doing? Tang, did you decide on your potions?
This is the first time I am speed prepping volatile potions, so I'm going to do a potion of advantage, and I'm going to spend an actual core spell slot on a potion of I'm going to do diminution. So advantage and diminution for 2 spell slots.
Wonderful. So 1 is your bonus, and then 1 regular spell slot. Perfect. Lovely. Now, the way that the volatile potions work, you read through the ability as well. Wonderful. So they last until you complete your next long rest. And at that point, any lingering effects for potions that would last longer than 24 hours, for example, fade. Correct. To prevent the ability to layer things day after day. Alright. Does anyone have anything that they wish to do over the course of this day, or in theory proceeding into the next to the funeral pyres? Open season.
I assume Elderthorn has like a post office?
No.
No. Any place to send mail?
I mean, you can pay one of the people in town to take a letter somewhere.
Yeah, I just wanted to send a letter to my parents telling them I'm still alive. That's about it.
Easily done.
How much silver is that?
Who you finding? There's miners that go to and from there. You could pay one of them to stop off along the way.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Mark off 5 silver.
Okay.
It's literally along the road, but they're gonna take advantage of you. Yeah.
Aeolus would work on trying to find everyone. He will walk up to his house, and without going in, he'll try to reach out to Tang and cast message. Are you up for taking a quick trip to Toots before the pyres?
Yeah,
She's not in the house. Shit. He just walks away.
I think she was making potions. Where were you making potions, Tang?
I usually do that at Aeolus's, but the potions that I can make, I can prep are part of the long rest. But I would be most likely brewing additional, or working on additional things at Aeolus's house. I'm just somebody who generally gets very lost in my work, so I'm making more ironbind powders.
Ooh.
So I mean, Aeolus would definitely know someone was in there, but she might not have responded.
She generally ignores Aeolus, especially when she's upset with him.
Yep.
Okay.
Then I'll just go try to find everyone else.
Easily done. I'm not making you roll for that.
So the funeral pyre is in not tomorrow, but the day after.
No, it's tomorrow now.
Ah, shit.
Tomorrow.
After funeral pyres, we want to go to Toad-Tooth's, and then where do we want to head from there?
I mean, we still have to go to Karad, right? The best way through is the jungle.
At least you should be able to scout out what you need for your new spell over there while we're over there,
You know,
right?
I'm not gonna using the helmet for teleportation anymore.
No, not unless it's an emergency. And even then, bad
Okay.
emergency.
I mean, on the
I
ship
have a-
it was the emergency.
Yes, it
Oh.
was. I don't think. I've discovered a way for teleportation, but it involves large trees, so it's not going to work everywhere. But at least there's a large enough tree in Elderthorn, and also there's the tree in Hollow that I remember pretty well. So wherever we are, if we can find a large enough plant or tree, I can bring us back without issues of using the helm.
Right.
But I imagine for this, we probably want to take the henges.
Which is at Toad-Tooth's.
Yeah, we have to. I don't think there's a tree in Urcrypt I can teleport to, so we have to go through that one.
Alright. What's that about the pyre tomorrow? For the Ants Lament crew or what?
Yes,
Yes.
there were 2 citizens of Elderthorn, part of the crew, so they're giving them
Alright.
the rights all citizens deserve. So
Our presence is not required, but it would be greatly looked upon.
To pay our respects, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Alright. Sure. So do you wanna go to Toad-Tooth's now or after
Well,
the pyre?
I think
We should probably
afterward.
wait till after. There's
can we-
also
Sure, go ahead.
there's also a few changes that I should let the group of you know about.
I just hold up my hand up. Let's find Tang before you. She's gonna get mad if you tell all the other
No.
people before her.
No, she's not. She doesn't listen to me talk anyway.
Did you hit puberty or what?
Have you noticed she's been quite sour with you recently, Aeolus? I mean, I can't
Everyone has
possibly
been
think
sour
why.
with me.
I mean, Tang is a very nice person. She's always really nice to me. I don't know why, what you did to her, or how you
I've
offended
been
her.
really mean to Siegfried before when she found out he wasn't preparing Revivify.
Yeah,
Um,
I did have Revivify prepared every time since then, so
well,
I have not.
Tang's sour mood with me for the past few days may be the conversation I had with her before she fixed whatever was wrong with you guys. Said a few things that would have gotten me cracked.
Well, she obviously still remembers them, so let's go solve this before the pyre.
Great, I'm gonna get hit.
I get close to Yolas and whisper in his ear. Just so you know, changes in your puberty teenage is alright. So if some hair grows down there, that's normal, alright? Nothing to worry about.
Yes, and maybe you can give me some helpful pointers with Huddle And Aeolus smiles and walks away.
Mm. Damn.
Yeah,
I don't mind her.
I force Aeolus to go back to his house so he tells Tang. And I'll be like, once we come in, we're like, Tang, are you busy?
Aeolus sheepishly knocks on his own door.
Yeah, what's up?
Aeolus wants to apologize, and then we have something to tell you.
Apologize for what? What did I do?
I don't know. Well, we have to settle this.
Huh?
Aeolus seems to think that you're mad at him.
She looks at Aeolus and turns her head 90 degrees to the left.
So, yes, I assume that's a yes.
I did not say that you were mad. I just said that the last conversation we had was a rather tense one.
The last conversation we had, you were making me a fancy ladle.
I meant the night that you guys brought me back.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. It's all settled then. Alright. Well, Aeolus has some information he needs to tell all of us. And I figured you'd be mad if you were left out. So, that's
Can
why
you do
we're
me a favor, Aeolus? Before we get into whatever it is, can you take this potion?
Oh?
I hand him one of volatile potions. I'm testing something.
Oh, yeah, sure. And Aeolus drinks it.
It's diminution.
It's diminution. 1d4.
You shrink. You are now small.
At least you know, at least you know that her potions work on you.
Aeolus, roll me a d10.
Oh, shit.
You are 1 inch shorter than Tang.
Alright. Alright. I don't like this potion.
How long does it last, Tang?
It's only for 1 hour.
Get
I pick up Aeolus and just like let him stand on my palm as I raise him up.
he's halfling sized. Like he's not a
I thought he was literally an inch tall. Never mind.
he's not Tinkerbell. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Well, I get him a stool and let him get up on the.
Okay, great. It still works the way it should.
I mean, this would actually be very useful if we find a small tree and we need to teleport.